And we're going to go to our final matchup of this episode, the final matchup in the round of 32. We have the Ride of the Rohirrim from Return of the King, which also took out 11-time Oscar winner Titanic. The fellow
Yeah,
11-time
both won 11. Yeah.
Yeah. So the fellow 11-time winners club, 2 of the 3 were in one matchup. And that is taking on John Wick's 2's Catacomb Chase and Shootout, which won out over by coin toss over the Quicksilver sequence from X-Men Days of Future Past. How'd you score this one?
10-0. Lord of the Rings.
I knew you were gonna go that way. I went 9-1.
Right.
I went
That's
9-1 Return of the King. I know you did. I went 9-1 Return of the King. So it wins 19-1. So quickly, Return of the King. Why is it winning this one?
I mean, I think it wins by default. Just for me, just because by this point, I was kind of going in order, kind of skipping around at times, but mostly going in order.
Sure.
And in order, this is literally one of the last scenes in our tournament.
Yeah.
So this is one of the I watched this almost last. And by that point, I was like, I am so over this ridiculous gun stuff. Like, there's only so much you could take.
Which I think it's a shame. I think if you had watched this scene early, you'd have a different take on this scene. Not the whole genre of action that you got sick of, but this scene specifically, I think you would have a favorable approach to.
Yeah.
Because I think this is the peak of the John Wick franchise, is this scene.
I wish... Yeah, it's hard to say, like, I was going to say, like, in a vacuum, if I saw this scene, well, how would I think about it?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's become so much a style that's been stolen, the John Wick style.
Yeah.
That it's like, it kind of waters down the actual John Wick movies.
Again, I'm sorry to give you a pro wrestling analogy, but this is the ladder match of pro wrestling. Where the first couple times, they do so much that is incredible, then everyone steals it, and now a ladder match doesn't mean shit. Where it used to be the biggest spectacle ever, because everyone's like, what are they gonna do? Oh my god, how could they possibly top it? And then they top it. Where I think John Wick is still the best at that style, and they tend to try to find ways to top themselves in some way, shape, or form. But everyone else has stolen that style, where it's like, every hero can just get stabbed and shot and explode, but don't worry, they're going to get back up and kill 5 more guys. And you're like, everybody does it. I understand your argument.
So it just has that fatigue to it, I guess. It would be why.
So I scored at 9-1 for this reason. I love the setup that makes the catacomb scene. I love the scene walking in through the catacombs, placing all the weapons, finding his places of cover. You understand how the scene's going to go, but on top of it, it explains why John can be the Baba Yaga. You know, it's not just simply he's unkillable. This is one of the few scenes in the entire franchise where you just go, oh no, wait. He's actually super intelligent about how he approaches this, and he has a better approach than anybody else.
That's a good point. This is one of the only scenes where it actually shows him having a plan.
Yeah, where it's not just, I'm thrown in with a gun, and I need to make it work. We're very much, after John Wick 2, he's always on the run, and he always has to make it up as he goes.
Yeah, just improvising.
Which makes it fun, but also can wear on you, where this is the last time he kind of gets to be, no, I'm the fucking Baba Yaga, and I'm going to show you why. You know? So that's why I gave it the point that it does. There's still really good setup, and I like the scenery to it. And I like the action isn't just all shootout. I like when it gets physical as well, with hand-to-hand combat added with the weaponry. And I like the fact that they go through different types of guns. It's not just one pistol over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And I do think that's a nice change of pace. But again, it's going up against one of my favorite scenes in movie history, where you have theoretically 6,000 riders or 4,000 riders of Rohan screaming death, knowing we're going to take on the face of evil, we're going to die, and we don't care because we're here to help. And you just go, that's a fucking hero. Love that.
Yeah.
Plus, you have my girl, the Shield Maiden of Rohan, there as well. So,
Yeah.
love me some Lady
a lot
Eowyn.
of great moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I had a daughter, I'm not gonna lie, I'd think about naming her Eowyn. That's how much I love that character. That's how much I love that story and that scene. So, it's kind of sucks because we just had a good discussion about a lot of stuff, and then this one's just John Wick loses because John Wick loses.
Yeah.
But it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. So we have a 19 to 1 victory over over John Wick 2 for Return of the King. That sets up a lot of good matches here, folks.
I was gonna say a lot of good matches.
So